Introducing today's official. The referee is Kevin Broadley. The senior assistant referee is John Brill. The junior assistant referee is Kevin Locke. And the fourth official is Mitchell Parkhill. Here now the starting lineup for this afternoon's opponent, LA Galaxy 2. Team captain forward number 51, Ethan Zuback. In goal number 41, Justin Bobstein. Defender number 21, Hugo Ariana. Defender number 20, Tomas Leon Arce. Defender number 68, Andre Samba. Midfielder number 47, Miguel Aguilar. Midfielder number 44, Jeffrey Achapaw. Midfielder number 45, Emmanuel Papilla. Midfielder number 26, Ephra Alvarez. Midfielder number 33, Schultz. And forward number 66, Frank Lopez. LA is coached by Mike Munoz. And now it's time to meet the starting lineup for your home team, the Rangers. Team captain, defender number 60, Graham Smith. In goal, number 18, Eric Dick. Defender number 23, Colton Storm. Defender number 2, Amir Shigesh. Defender number 72, Justin Villieu. Midfielder number 75, Juan Kusei. Midfielder number 95, Rasambek Akhmatar. Midfielder number 85, Felipe Hernandez. Forward number 36, Blackwood.
Good afternoon and welcome to Kansas City, Kansas. Children's Mercy Park is the site for the final match day of the 2018 USL regular season as the Swope Park Rangers are ready to host Los Angeles Galaxy 2. And it is a massive, massive game for the home side here today. Along with Doug McClagan, I am Carter Augustine. And Doug, it's the final game of the season. And the Swope Park Rangers know a draw will get them back into the USL playoffs.
Yeah, that's a great thing. It's the last game of the season. They know what they've got to do. 1 point gets them in the playoffs. A win gets them one place higher. So, yeah, they know exactly what's on the line today.
So much on the line for the Rangers, but that's not the only thing to watch here this afternoon, as 4 of the 5 20 under 20, top 5 20 under 20 players of this week's USL 20 under 20 list are in the starting lineup here for both teams. And let's start with the away side. And number 1 on that list, Ephra Alvarez, and he's in there for a reason.
Yeah, he's 16 years old. He's the youngest player in USL history to score a hat-trick. And I am really excited watching him. He's scored 12 goals already on the season, and it's going to be fun today.
Fantastic player in midfield for the Galaxy, and the Swope Park Rangers have one of their own in midfield. Number 3 on that very same list, Juan Kusei in the starting lineup again for the Rangers.
Yeah, Kusei only has 2 goals, but he's a possession midfield player. And something he's added to his game this year is long-range shooting.
He has 2 absolute spectacular free kicks to his name on the season. Who will join them and And round out the starting lineups for these two teams. The Swope Park Rangers trying to get into the playoffs. They need just 1 point here today. It's SPR versus LA2 coming up next. Welcome back to Children's Mercy Park on a very rainy and dreary fall afternoon here in Kansas City, Kansas. Again, joined by Doug McClagan. I am Carter Augustine as we're getting ready to bring to you the action from the Swope Park Rangers versus Los Angeles Galaxy 2. And let's get right into the starting lineups. Starting with the away side. 4 changes for Coach Mike Munoz after their last time out, a 2-1 loss at home against Sacramento on October 6th. We talked about Ephra Alvarez starting in midfield, but they got the number 2 player on the USL under 20 list as well, Ethan Zubak, a monster up top. And for the home side, the Swope Park Rangers, 2 changes from their last time out way back on October 3rd, where they also lost to Sacramento 3-1 in that game. Coming in, Eric Dick and Justin Bilyeu along the back line. Count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sporting Kansas City players on loan in the starting lineup for the Swope Park Rangers. There's the main man for Los Dos, Mike Munoz, in his second year with the team, the former Academy Technical Director, trying to end his season on a high note. Los Dos out of the playoffs for this season. 3-10-3 on the road in 2018. They'll be looking to make that a 4th road win here this afternoon. Doug, it is a rainy and cold October day here in Kansas City. We'll see if that plays into the game conditions at all.
Perfect day for a game of soccer.
Perfect conditions. There's a man well liked by both of these organizations. Paulo Nagamura, of course, winning the MLS Cup and Open Cup with the Galaxy before doing the exact same thing with Sporting Kansas City, trying to guide the Swope Park Rangers to the playoffs in his first season And we are underway here in Kansas City, and that is what is at stake for the Swope Park Rangers. Currently below the playoff line, behind San Antonio. They know just one single point will carry them into the playoffs for the third straight year, and the back-to-back defending Western Conference champions in USL have a chance to make it back to the USL Cup final for the third consecutive year.
We're also seeing right from the start here, the ball skipping a lot off a wet turf, and that could be a major factor in the game today. A couple passes already went astray from the Galaxy.
There's a short pass intended for Justin Bilyeu from Amir Jidic. Well intercepted there on the right-hand side.
I don't think anything really in that challenge, just caught his leg a little bit. Caught Frank Lopez, who's the top goal scorer. They're going to have to keep an eye on the front line tonight. They got Lopez, Zubek, and Alvarez. He just clipped his ankle. Nothing bad there. He was actually pulling out from the challenge, but it's a foul.
Looks like Lopez will be okay, and Doug, you mentioned it, that front three really dangerous for the visitors here this evening. 32 goals combined for those three, as Los Dos have been pretty free scoring so far throughout this season. 7th in USL with 59 goals scored. It's been on the other end that they've had their problems. Well, I'm sure we'll have plenty of interested visitors, or excuse me, viewers, as there's a handball on the Galaxy. Plenty of interested viewers across the Western Conference, but more specifically in San Antonio and St. Louis, as both of those teams drew yesterday. That San Antonio draw in particular has a huge impact on this game. That means the Rangers only need a draw here to get into the playoffs, where had San Antonio won, the Rangers would have had to win this game. There's a foul in midfield, Rosenbeck Akhmatov.
It's a nasty little foul, that one, and referee's having a quick word with him, and no more of that, because he caught him really late there. No accident in that one, I can tell you that.
There is that foul coming in, Jeffrey Achimpong. Heading Rosenbeck, know that he's here. Ball goes back to Eric Dick, his floated clearance now with Bilyeu. Nice touch off the backside there from Haji Berry. First time we've heard his name in the game, and he exchanges a 1-2 with Blackwood. Still Berry now, charging into the box. Haji Berry just over. Oh, what a great opportunity. And if it fell to anyone else, you would want it to fall to Haji Berry.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Carter. That's one which I immediately thought, this is a goal. He's going to put that one away. Fantastic opportunity early in the game, just to make them feel a little bit comfortable and relax the nerves, but just couldn't put it away.
What a chance that was to get the perfect start for the Swope Park Rangers. Haji Berry, who has been the main man for the Swope Park Rangers this year, making his 33rd appearance today, which is a single season record for the Swope Park Rangers. One of many records Haji Berry has set this season.
He's had a fantastic year. Goals and appearances, and he's just been the main man, and hopefully he'll be the main man today again.
2,700 minutes leads the team. There's an interception, and Tyler Blackwood can stream forward. Blackwood with some wind behind his sails. He tries to square it to the back post. Took a little touch though, there'll be a corner.
Yeah, I think a good save by the keeper. I'm not sure if it was on target, but he tipped it around the corner. Could well have been on target. That's a good save there by the goalie.
Justin Baum-Stieg there. Initially, didn't look like much, but actually could have been on frame, and it's a big save early on. Rangers with a couple good chances.
Well, definite positive start. They've gone through the back three like a knife through butter right now. They're just walking through there, and that's a good sign for them. Hopefully that will continue for Swope Park Rangers. They just need to put one of them away and like I said, calm those nerves down early.
Rosenbeck Akhmatov to take this corner. Floating it into the back post. There's Graham Smith, who nods it down. Just wouldn't fall for Didic. And then Blackwood It's a brave attempt, as he knew he was going to take a whack after that shot, and winds up taking all the pace off the shot as well. Easy save in the end for Bob Steve.
Yeah, that's painful too. He followed through a good shot and caught probably the cleats of the defender of the LA. And that is painful. He's feeling it right now.
High pressing yet again from the Rangers. That loose ball will pop out to Ephra Alvarez. We talked about the front three of the Galaxy. Front three for the Rangers, no slouches themselves. They have 36 goals between the three of them. Here come the Galaxy forward in attack. Zubak clips it back, and now it's lofted forward. Bit of an awkward clearance there, but combination of Storm and Smith do just enough. Blackwood can't keep it from running out of play.
I think you're going to see a couple things today. We've got two fantastic offensive teams on the field. We just mentioned how many goals they've scored up front with the threes. But with these conditions too, there's a lot of little mistakes occurring on the field because of the wet conditions. So we could have a high-scoring game here, I feel.
Wonder if that will suit the Rangers. Maybe make it a little more difficult for them to book their ticket to the playoffs. Here's Carlton Belmar tracking all the way back to help out his right back, Colton Storm. Good close control there from Storm to keep possession, and Smith will just smash it clear. There's Alvarez, well marshaled by a trio of blue shirts. Rangers will try and build as they are wanting to do. That's the MO. Nicely intercepted there by Achimpong to keep it with the Galaxy. That's another thing to keep an eye on Doug, is the 3-5-2 formation up against the 4-3-3 of the Swope Park Rangers.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they remain three at the back against the three forwards of Swope. They've had a handful already, caused some problems already, so we'll see how that works out throughout the game.
Strong challenge from Storm, gets a congratulatory message from the sideline.
One of the interesting facts you brought up was the 59 goals they've scored this season, LA 2. 20 of them have been on the road. So Swope Park Rangers are going to have to keep a tight defense here today, I think.
It's an impressive road scoring record. Doesn't reflect in their points total on the road. As we mentioned, 3-10-3.
As you said, on the other end, they're having some major problems. So yeah, they're definitely an open style soccer, that's for sure.
62 goals allowed. Here's a loose ball on the edge of the area, and it's a rocket shot just wide. Frank Lopez picked it up, got his eyes up.
Sure, it looked like Dick had it covered because it looked like he almost pulled his arm away. But that was a rocket of a shot. Well, I'm not sure if it was on target, maybe. I don't know if Dick could have got to it, but heck of a shot there.
One of those where you can say, yeah, I would have had it, but you know, no one will ever be able to call you out on that.
Yep.
Another loose pass in the back from the Swope Park Rangers defense. This one intercepted well by Miguel Aguilar, and then he's tugged back by Colton Storm. That means,
oh, he's got a yellow card for that.
He is the first to go into the book. Kevin Broadley, man in the middle here this afternoon, and wasn't sure if that was for the tug back or maybe some words that were exchanged afterwards, but Colton Storm will have 80+ minutes to walk the tightrope.
As a fullback, that's not an easy job to do there. That's a long time to go without putting another chance, especially in these wet conditions. Your timing might be off slightly. He's going to have to be careful, and it didn't look like much for fouls. I think you might be right, and maybe he did say something to the referee. Because we've seen worse in the first 5 minutes, I can tell you that.
So Colton Storm will have to be very, very careful here on out. Making his 21st start of the campaign. Former first-round draft pick for Sporting Kansas City. Bouncing around on the edge of his own penalty area, and Kuzain will slide it wide left with Bilyeu. His touch through the legs. Just a little too far for Rasenbek Akhmatov. Aguilar tried to get past Storm, but slipped in these rainy conditions. Hussein looking for Barry. Well marshaled by Schultz. Now here comes Ephra Alvarez. They're going to drag it back for the earlier foul.
Yeah, good call by the referee. There was a little nudge there and tried to play the advantage, but Alvarez couldn't keep it, so he brought it back. Good decision. We talked about it'd be interesting to see how the back three is going to do. Well, right now, Belmar and Barry have been playing almost like midfielders. So right now the edge is a little bit to the Galaxy because they're making those two forwards defend. And of course when they're defending, then they're less dangerous as they are going forward. So and that's with LA controlling the ball right now. Swope needs to get that ball and get several passes together so they can get their shape in a better position.
Alvarez, first ball was cleared away, but tried to play back by Schultz. Now Akhmatov able to come away with possession. Barry turns it to the Chechen. Here comes Graham Smith. So enjoyed a wonderful first season as a pro. Graham Smith making his 24th start for SPR. Of course, made his MLS debut. Here's a nervy moment for his center back partner Amir Didic. Just about able to get it away under the pressure of Frank Lopez, and now Lopez again applying pressure. And for Storm, Hussein, and right on him, that's Achimpong, who's done well to take it away. Looking over the top here, you can hear the call of second ball from the Swope Park Rangers bench, and Bill Yu is onto that second ball. Good hold-up play from Blackwood. Barry just asking a little too much of his forward partner. Now Baumsteeg puts Arellano under immense pressure, and it's a crucial sliding tackle from Arellano as Carlton Belmar was lurking.
He almost put himself in some big trouble there. He knew he was in trouble. That slide tackle just saved him. A desperate tackle there, because other than that, Belmar would have been walking in one-on-one with the keeper. So a little bit dodgy there at the left back, but got himself out of trouble, did well to do so. So the big factor right now, in my opinion, right now, is Galaxy's seen way more of the ball than Swope right now. And here's this tackle here. Yeah, he got all ball, but like I said, in these conditions, if your timing's off, that could have been quite easily a PK if he would have missed that ball.
Every moment there for Hugo Arellano. Eric Dick escapes on the other end. We've seen that a couple times from both teams so far. Trying to protect the ball. Haji Berry is tucked down to the turf, so it'll be a foul against Los Dos.
Yeah, Swope Park, we said this all season, they like to build the ball up, they like to play possession, and they come out from the back, and that's what they're doing today, and give Galaxy some credit as well as the wet conditions. Galaxy's putting a lot of pressure on the back four, and we've almost seen a couple of hairy, scary turnovers by Swope Park Rangers. They're going to have to be careful, but they're not going to change the style now. They've been doing it all year, and they're definitely not going to change just for this game.
Lead the league in passing, tied for first in passing accuracy, the Rangers, and now here they come streaming through the middle. Hernandez trying to slide it in behind, but Barry was offside.
And that's exactly why they're going to continue to do it, because the passing there, the 7, 8, 10 passes, built up that chance there for Barry. Unfortunately, Barry maybe half a yard offside.
Check out the replay here as
it's really, really close. If he was off, it might have been just a shoulder.
just the ball getting stuck behind Hernandez there for half a second was the difference. We've talked about 2 players that are in the USL 20 under 20 and in the game here today. Felipe Hernandez, the other for the Swope Park Rangers. He's slotted in at number 5 on the list. Ethan Zubak, number 2. He's got 4 of the top 5 players in the league in the starting lineup here this afternoon. Foul on Tyler Blackwood as he's nipping in at the heels, but Swope Park Rangers fighting for their playoff position, but it should be fun to watch some of the brightest young stars in the league here today as well.
Absolutely, and both these teams have, you've got Sporting Kansas City and obviously the Galaxy, and I think that's probably why we're seeing so many on this field today, because those are players we are going to see in the MLS in the near future, and some of them we've seen already. Juan Cruzan's already scored a goal for Sporting Kansas City, so it's just exciting to see the youth of America, and it's just fantastic.
Swope Park Rangers could have 2 more as well, 2 players that are not in the 18 today. Gianluca Busio, number 6 on the list. The Rangers have 3 of the top 6 on that list. And Jalen Lindsay checking in at number 11, and I think he'd be higher if he played a few more games for the Rangers, but he had to do a couple months of duty with Sporting Kansas City through an injury crisis over the summer.
Yeah, poor guy had to go play for Sport. That is fantastic. We've got so many players from both clubs here. It's just fantastic.
Galaxy 2 have 4 players on loan from the MLS side here today, and as I mentioned, 6 on loan from Sporting Kansas City for the Rangers. Helped the Galaxy were at least by a weekend off. Perhaps not Sporting KC as they are in action on Wednesday in Vancouver.
Well, the good thing to see today is, I mean, not that I think it was going to happen, but Galaxy could come in. They're not in the playoffs. There's no chance. They could just come out with a youthful team and give it a go. But they're out here to win this game, and they look like they're extremely intense and competitive.
Wonderful release of a pass from Haji Berry. And commentator's curse as ball gets away from him a little bit, tugs back Emmanuel Apia. That's a return for Emmanuel Apia as well. He draws the foul here on Haji Berry, just stepping in front there. Played 6 games for the Swope Park Rangers back in 2016, Emmanuel Apia. Got 1 game for Sporting Kansas City as well. Coming back to some of his former stomping grounds here in Kansas City. He's found more playing time this year with Los Dos, Emmanuel Apia, making his 16th start. And here comes Frank Lopez. Got away from Graham Smith. Colton Storm coming over to double team, and he'll force a corner. Good work from Frank Lopez on the far side.
Yeah, he did very, very well. Got past the first challenge and then was followed all the way down that line and got a corner kick out of it, which he didn't have much else going on around him. So excellent performance there by him to get a corner kick here for the Galaxy.
Emmanuel Apia slides over to take this one. Approach 20th minute. Still scoreless. Apia curling that one in along the 6. It's out to Zubak. Stands it up, and there's the big frame of Eric Dick on display. That's what this coaching staff really likes about him. 6'5", 205.
Excellent goalkeeping there. That was his ball, but he came out and he claimed it, and there was no doubt that he wasn't going to get that.
Inventive little touch off the chest for Hernandez to release Blackwood, and now Hernandez trying to invite Belmar into the attack. Belmar, a couple of step overs. Still Carlton Belmar. Akhmatov. Berry trying to fool his defender, but nothing given by the referee. Miguel Aguilar judged to have won that tackle fairly. It's a nice out ball to Zubak, but his little flick doesn't come off, so it'll go back with the Swope Park Rangers. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. This one will stay in play for Carlton Belmar along the near-hand side. He started on the right, Belmar now on the left, and that's something we've seen all year from the front three here. The Killer Bees, Belmar, Barry, and Blackwood, pretty interchangeable along that front line, aren't they?
Yeah, they've done it all year, and it's great. You know, you try one fullback out, and then, hey, let me have another go at the other fullback, and it's great. They can all three of them play in all three positions, and it's a great thing to have. Like I say, you can start checking out players, and if you want to have a look at another one, try another one. A lot of teams are stuck with the centre forward, and that's all they can play. These three can play anywhere.
Passing interchange in midfield. Now Kuzain striding forward into the space. Finds Colton Storm. He'll go on the overlap for Barry. Sliding it in towards the 6, and it needed a tackle and got one from Thomas Hilliard-Arce. Crucial intervention by the man in the middle of that back three. Number 2 overall pick in this year's draft out of Stanford. Certainly a player the Galaxy organization are very excited about. Here's an offside on Haji Berry. Just about half a step there as he was trying to post up on that far side.
It's a shame he was sitting offside, because it was a beautiful flick by Kuzain, and if he was on, I think he had the defender turned. That could have been a very dangerous opportunity, but unfortunately, I don't even know if he knew the flick was coming. It was a beautiful flick, but caught him off guard, I think.
One of the exhibitions of Juan Kuzain's many talents, which have led him to number 3 in that under 20 list. Cleft flick from Tyler Blackwood to get himself some space. First pass blocked away, but second one now with Colton Storm. He cuts it back into the box, and Barry just couldn't quite get contact with that one. A good chance for the Rangers, and keep the press on. Bilyeu intercepts, so still with the home side.
Good opportunity. It looked like he was waiting for the ball to come to him, and the ball would not come quick enough, which gave the central defender a little time to get that challenge in. Unfortunately, the ball was trickling towards him. Here's an opportunity. Oh.
That was a wonderful chance for Felipe Hernandez, who was upset with himself. A bit of a confusion between two Galaxy players there. He slipped right in, got the ball unawares, and had Haji Berry crashing in behind there.
Looked like he lost his balance and fell over, unfortunately. Again, probably the wet conditions, but great opportunity to split the back four there.
We've seen that Swope Park Rangers press lead to some turnovers and advantageous positions. Well, here's some good defensive work again from Jeffrey Achempaw. And nice little flick as well. Get out of pressure. But Alvarez gives it away. Storm trying to use the pace of Tyler Blackwood. He's looking for the return. It's an awkward touch from Hilliard-Arce. Manages to deal with it with a header in the end. Oh, Nagamura liked that tackle from Graham Smith. Talked about earlier having a really good first professional season, Graham Smith. He's 10th in the league in passes from his center back position, and just his 24th start. Really likes the ball at his feet. University of Denver product.
He's done a very good job. Him and Didic have been solid, and they've, the last few games they've definitely earned the starting spot. Those two, they've been very, very good. And I think Smith actually played defensive midfield at Denver. He wasn't actually a centre back. Well, at least that's where he finished off his senior year. The boy's got a lot of talent, and obviously he's very good in the air too.
Kuzain screaming for that ball, and he gets it from Haji Berry. Now slides it in behind. Belmar onside, cuts it back, still in the box. Bilyeu gets there at the very end. It'll drift out for a goal kick. Chances starting to pile up for the Swope Park Rangers here.
Yeah, and I love that play, Hussein. Most people would have rushed it. He slowed it down and he waited for the run to develop. And that's a great cutback. Unfortunately, no one there to follow. Yeah, I just don't think the others could get in the box quick enough, but tremendous play by Hussein just to wait for that run to develop and to play it at the right time. Perfect timing of the run and a great opportunity again. Unfortunately, just couldn't get on it.
You can see him charging into that space and demanding the ball, Hussein, as he's called for the foul there. Really starting to take more and more on his shoulders, the 20-year-old homegrown player for Sporting KC. Los Dos now will cycle along their back line. Swope gives it away. And Blackwood can run at the defense. There's a lunging tackle from Hilliard Arce.
Referee's looking at the linesman and he's got his hands up. Was it a tackle or not? And the linesman apparently thought it was a good tackle. And I'm not 100% sure if it was or wasn't.
Well, certainly Tyler Blackwood is incensed by the non-call there. It was a lunge from Hilliard Arce.
Ooh, no, I don't think he got the ball there, did he? It looked like a foul to me.
Looked like Blackwood might have just got a touch right at the last second there.
Yeah, I'm not so sure he even touched the ball. And like we said earlier, the timing has to be perfect in these conditions. And he's given a foul. I guess the linesman didn't flag earlier, but he's gone and had a little chat with him. And it's a yellow card too, which is quite right. If it was a foul, it's a yellow because he's going in on goal there.
Thomas Hilliard Arce go into the books.
And that all came from, I'm not sure, was it Zubek who played the ball from centre forward position. And they've done that a couple of times today where they've played a ball back and given the ball away. And that was a desperate lunge challenge. Unfortunately missed time for him, yellow card. And an opportunity maybe for Mr. Hussein to hit one of his long-range beauties again.
Well, he's got that Cristiano Ronaldo dead ball technique. That's how he scored 2 wonderful free kicks already this season. There's a trio of interested Ranger players ending up around the ball.
My money goes on Hussein hitting this one. Yep, here you go.
Hussein! Sensational! The free kick specialist! Juan Hussein with a wonderful goal. He's given the Swope Park Rangers a lead in a game they absolutely need.
Oh my Lord, what a strike. Oh, I can't wait to see that one again. That knuckled and dived, it went over the wall, dipped, and it was just an absolute corker. Wow, and you can see the way he hit it too. Maybe it was like a Cristiano Ronaldo strike. That is tremendous.
That is an unbelievable finish from Juan Hussein. His 3rd direct free kick of the season, which is tied for the most in the league. Well, when you're trying to fight for the playoffs, you need your top players to step up. He's done just that. And now here comes Blackwood on another turnover by Los Dos, and his shot blocked away. Rangers searching for a second right away.
Yeah, I think that was Hernandez alongside him, and he's not very happy because Blackwell should have laid it off to him. It's a 2v1 here. Another turnover by LA, and it's a 2v1. Bring him in, lay it off, and he maybe a little bit selfish taking that shot. I wouldn't be happy if I was the guy coming alongside him too. I think he got a few words there.
Tough. You can tell. His frustrations known. Here he will take the corner. Peeling away to the back post are the center backs. And it's a foul called against either Smith or Didic.
But going back to that strike, if you watch him, he didn't hit all the way through the ball. He kind of came up, hit it, stopped, and you saw it dip. And boy, you said it before, Cristiano Ronaldo, it was like watching him. Unbelievable strike.
It's the third free kick goal he has, and all three have been with that technique. Really got that club in his bag. It's such a dangerous weapon.
And I don't remember, did he take free kicks last year, or was he not given that opportunity?
Took a few, but yeah, for the most part.
I mean, he's the main guy on him now, and that's a strike. That's a heck of a strike.
There's no questioning it now. Well, you see why he's number 3 on that under 20 list. Juan Kuzain. Might just be the breathing room that this Swope Park Rangers team needs. Again, just a draw to get them into the playoffs, but now they have their sights set a little higher as a win will jump them over St. Louis into the 7th seed. Kuzain here in the shouts of man on, lays it off for Bilyeu. Tips it in, and Blackwood just let that one go. Perhaps he thought Barry was in a better position. Another turnover deep in the attacking third. Felipe Hernandez wins the ball away, draws the foul. It'll be a free kick for the Rangers, and it's that press that's really causing the Galaxy problems in the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, they're causing mistakes all over the place by the Galaxy, and they're taking full advantage. Galaxy hasn't been out of their final third in the last 5 or so minutes. Hernandez sold that foul quite well. I'm not sure if he really was fouled, but he definitely sold it well, and got a free kick, a dangerous position too.
In towards goal, Vom Steeg is there. Oh, I'm not sure how much he knew about it, right in on him, but he did enough to parry it out of play.
I think he knew nothing about it, but that's an unbelievable save. Ricochet, and wow. You know how quick it is, because the camera couldn't follow at the pace of it. And that is an absolute tremendous point-blank save.
That's off a Los Dos player. Here's a corner kick from that save. It's drifted over everyone. We've seen that same routine a few times now. The Rangers trying to work a mismatch on the back post with their 2 big center backs. Didic 6'4", Graham Smith 6'3". Let's take another look at this save. I think this comes off Jeffrey Achimpong.
Yeah, it does. And we have to look at this angle, like I said, because the camera couldn't keep up with it before. It was so fast.
Excellent reactions from Justin Vom Steeg, 21-year-old on loan from Galaxy. Well, there's a loose pass, and now Los Dos streaming forward. Wonderfully won back, though, by Colton Storm. He's looking for Blackwood again. He's used his pace to devastating effect so far in the first half. Gets ahead of Hilliard Arce. Drops it back now with Akhmatov. The Rangers will keep the ball here. Here, Paul Nakamura liking what his team is doing now. Just trying to draw Los Dos out. USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow @USL on Twitter. Here comes Carlton Belmar. In behind the defense, Carlton Belmar slides it home and doubles the SBR advantage.
That's just extreme pace and strength from Belmar there. That ball's over the top. The fullback has the advantage on him, but Belmar just ran past him, held him off, and just a tremendous finish. And 2-0 up. That's gotta feel good for Swope Park. It's just the ball over the top, which the defender should read, but the strength of holding him off and the pace of Belmar, and then that's clinical finishing with his left foot, which is not his strongest foot. So, I mean, that's a great finish. Breathing room. That's what they've got.
1 foot in the door now for the 2018 playoffs. The Swope Park Rangers as it take 3 LA2 goals to knock them out at this point. You talked about it, straight ball from the back. Kind of caught me off guard there.
Yeah, I mean,
with my Twitter read.
Yeah, we were just thinking, just normal play here. Then all of a second, 1 ball, and they've split the back 4.
Should go down as an assist for Amir Didic, his 2nd on the year, and it will definitely go down as Carlton Belmar's 10th goal on the season. but it's his first goal since June 24th against Las Vegas Lights. He started the season absolutely on fire for the Rangers, but a few injuries throughout the summer. Spent some time with Sporting Kansas City as well. Good to see him back in the goals for SPR here.
Yeah, I felt like he started the season off on fire, and then because of that, I think he got a look with Sporting, and he missed a few games, and then when he came back, he had an injury. So just unfortunate, because he may be way in the 20s by now if he kept on continuing playing. But you know, he had a, oh dear, there's a bad ball across the back there for Didic.
Alvarez slides it in. Here comes Apia, who just couldn't quite dribble it past the SPR defense, and Didic let off the hook.
Yeah, he made the mistake, but in the end, he's the one who fixed the mistake too. Good challenge.
There's a clever leave by Blackwood, now asking for it from Belmar, but we'll go to Barry, who tries to flip it around Arellano, and it's a foul on Hugo Arellano. He doesn't like the call, but the referee says Barry was able to trick him on the edge of the penalty area.
Yeah, that was some beautiful play from Barry there. He knew exactly what he was doing, flicked it through his legs. A nice little improvisation. He came, it flicked it, yep, through there. I'm not sure if he caught him, and I'm not sure with the flick if he'd have been able to catch that ball, because it might have gone too far away. But so that's why he's probably upset that it was a foul. But beautiful play by Barry, though.
You can see why Arellano was aggrieved, but nonetheless, it's a foul. And, well, we've just seen Hussein.
That was going to be my question to you. All right, Coach Carter, who's taking this free kick? Who do you think?
Well, he's off a wonderful opener here just 10 minutes or so ago.
It looks like this might be more of a right footer.
It's a little closer to goal as well.
But as hot as he's been, he might just say, nah, this is mine. Leave it alone.
Again, 3 SPR players standing over the ball.
A lot of people in that wall. I'm not sure goalkeepers can be able to see that ball at all.
It's Hernandez! And it's a good effort and a good save from Vom Steeg.
Yeah, very good save by the keeper. He just got his body behind it. I don't know how much he would have seen of it. Got his whole body behind it and parried it away from corner.
You said so many bodies in that wall obstructing his vision, and try to trick him and go towards the post he's guarding.
It's a great strike, because the two guys on the end of the wall moved out the way and opened that shot for, I think it was Hernandez. The keeper saw it very, very late, but good save.
Skipping off this wet surface as well. There's a jovial conversation with the AR, maybe congratulating Hussein on a spectacular free kick goal. Now he'll take this corner kick in towards the near post. Blackwood gets there, but can't direct it on frame. Go out for a goal kick. Well, we talked about the playoff situation in the Western Conference. San Antonio with a 1-1 draw against RGV yesterday, and that's what led to SPR needing a draw here today, as got an injured Jeffrey Achimpong, who will be attended to by the LA training staff. San Antonio unable to get that win that they would have really craved to force SPR into a winning situation here today.
They really slipped up last night, and then also it was a couple weeks ago, Swope beat San Antonio, so that game where they beat them 2-0 was probably even larger than last night's tie, just to put them in this situation. So it's always nice when you know you need a tie to get through. You don't want to play for the tie, and obviously they're not, but 1 point is a little easier to get than 3 sometimes. Achimpong is walking a little funny, like that might be a groin problem.
Hopefully he can get back into this one. Seen some good defensive work from him. Yeah, like he's got a problem there.
It might not be a groin. He might have got hit somewhere that is a little painful by the way he's walking there.
So we will keep you up to date on Achimpong's status. He's currently out of the game, so Los Dos playing with just 10 men on the field. Well, San Antonio got a draw yesterday. So too did St. Louis FC, as there's a foul on Graham Smith. As he into that challenge on Miguel Aguilar. Good enterprising run down the left side from the left wing back there. St. Louis 0-0 with Oklahoma City yesterday. There's a free kick for the Galaxy. Hussein heads it towards the near side. Zubak. The left-footed delivery. It's an awkward one for Didic, but he's able to block the service. Now Zubak fights to get it back, and his pass is a little wayward of Zonga, but Galaxy able to keep the ball here. Here, Inamura imploring his team to go forward. There's a misjudged play by Colton Storm. So the Galaxy come forward, and it's a challenging effort for Eric Dick to tip over the bar. Miguel Aguilar was the one who took that space and charged all the way towards goal.
Good attempt, good save, but you don't normally see Colton Storm make those mistakes. He's usually mistake-free every game, and just misjudged it, but Dick helped him out there by making a good save. And a crucial save. We're in the 41st minute. You don't want to give a goal up to LA right now. We have a sub coming on for Achampong, I think.
It is. Achampong unable to continue, and Justin Dillon, you might be seeing him relay some instructions. We'll get to that in a moment. Here's the ensuing corner kick. It's a double clutch there for Eric Dick under pressure. Able to claim that one, but coming in for Jeffrey Achampong was Justin Dillon. He's a forward, so interested to see how this changes the way LA will set up. Billieu looking over the top, well defended by Nate Schultz. Now he's dribbled it out of play. Watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season and stay up to date with news from across the USL, the league's official Facebook page, facebook.com/USL Soccer.
And it looks like for now, they may have dropped Alvarez a little further, a little deeper into the midfield to play alongside Apia. And Dillon will sit in front of those two.
Occupying that forward role that Alvarez had early going, so we'll see a test of the youngster's versatility for Alvarez.
Yeah, he's been quiet the game so far, so this might bring him more into the game. Maybe that's a good thing for the Galaxy, because I've not seen him on the ball really so far, and here he is right now.
Frank Lopez was just addressing some equipment issues, and he's charging back into play now. The Galaxy again, it's a wonderful cross, and Aguilar is really starting to grow into the game on the left-hand side.
Yeah, that's great defending too. I think that was Smith, especially in these conditions. That's he took him the fullback off and then played that ball driven in between the back four and the keeper, and that is good defending just to keep it safe and put it out for a corner.
Near post, and what a save, Eric Dick! Oh, Frank Lopez must have thought he scored there.
He's come up with some. And I'm assuming he did say that, but he's come up with two massive saves right before halftime.
Here's another chance from the corner that will go just wide. Let's take a look. Was it him? Was it the guy on the post here?
I think it's him. Yeah, I think it is. So he's made those two big saves, plus coming out and grabbing that ball from the corner kick too. He has played large today. Very, very large in this first half, and he's helped him big time to hopefully come in at halftime with a 2-goal lead.
Was making his 13th start, Eric Dick, where he and Adrian Zendejas have been the two main men between the sticks for SPR this year. There's a backwards header. That could cause some pressure here. Blackwood trying to slip it in behind and just can't quite get behind it. Back to Eric Dick. Leads the team with 40 saves. I'm sure he's added a few here in the first half, and 1.42 goal against average also leads the team. He's had a wonderful first year as a pro. First round pick out of Butler. As you said, Doug, those are some timely interventions here at the end of this first half. Creeping towards the final minute. There's a tackle from Akhmatov, as Miguel Aguilar has somewhat turned into the best offensive option for Los Dos here in the past 5 minutes or so. Zane looking for the Hollywood ball and getting a lecture from Paulo Nagamura along the near-hand side.
Yeah, and I think the lecture is, hey, just keep the ball, play it simple. We're in the last minute of the half. You don't need to play a big ball like that.
Can't blame him for feeling a little confident.
No, I totally agree with you there. I mean, he's probably feeling he can do anything right now, but maybe after that pass he's thinking, maybe not then, maybe not.
Got an admonishment from Nagamura on the sideline, just trying to keep the ball as we are into that 1 minute of added time here in the first half. Rangers very much in control of this game and in control of their playoff destiny, where as it stands they'll be 7th seed in the West, trying to defend their back-to-back Western Conference titles. And now it's a turnover again in midfield, and Blackwood is charging at the LA defense in towards Belmar. He'll square it across for Barry, just behind, well defended by Hilliard Arce.
Great ball, great run, and a couple times that ball's come to the top of the box and there's been no Swope Park Ranger player around there. Got to get that attacking midfield position a little higher, else they could have scored 2, maybe tap-ins at the top of the box.
It's a big tackle from Didic to stop the run of Miguel Aguilar, and that will be the final act of this first half. The 2 big goals for the Swope Park Rangers, started by that man Kuzain with a wonderful free kick, his 3rd of the year. Carlton Belmar added the 2nd, and that's where we stand at halftime. Swope Park Rangers 2, Los Angeles Galaxy 2-0. Stick with us, we'll be back for halftime analysis.
Shallowy, a diving save by Bingham. Sinovic, it takes a deflection, and another save by Bingham. Putting it in, and it's headed across by Rubio, and it's right on the line, teasingly. Johnny Russell through 2 defenders, into the penalty area. Still Johnny Russell! A legend is born in Kansas City! Johnny Russell just can't get enough! Scoring against the Galaxy. It's not Johnny Russell against the world. It's Johnny Russell taking on the entire Galaxy. Galaxy.
Welcome back to Children's Mercy Park. It's halftime here. The Swope Park Rangers leading by 2-0 over Los Angeles Galaxy 2. Well, it's the final match day of the 2018 regular season. Let's take a look at some of the news from around the league. This has been a really fun year for USL. Record-breaking yet again season, and a couple of records broken, including Cameron Lancaster, 25 goals, USL single season scoring record. We talked about Ephra Alvarez, top spot in the USL 20 under 20. We've got 4 of the top 5 here on display this afternoon, 2 from each team. And as part of that exciting 2018 season, USL announced a rebrand for 2019. Should be really exciting, Doug McLagan, to see all these new teams coming into the league, and just the growth of USL has been staggering over the past couple of years.
It just gives more opportunities for the youth of America. It's fantastic.
More pros, the better. And you saw that wonderful video. You can check that out on the USL's social media that helps kind of explain what each of these divisions will entail. The USL Championship, which will have really wonderful teams on display. League 1 and League 2 coming into the game. League 2, of course, used to be the PDL, Premier Development League. That's more of a pre-professional soccer, at least for the time being. League 1 will be really exciting. A brand new league debuting next season. Should see some of the younger players getting a lot of run in USL League 1 in this rebrand and restructuring of USL ahead of next season. Should be really, really exciting. So it'll be fun to watch the standings in the 3 leagues next year, but just the 1 league this year with the standings, and this is before the game. This was the predicament for the Swope Park Rangers. They needed 1 point to go ahead of San Antonio FC. Looks like they're well on their way to do just that. Let's take a look at the projected bracket. And this is as it stands currently. So if the Swope Park Rangers can hold on They will pass St. Louis FC, will be dropped down to the 8th seed. San Antonio FC will be eliminated. Swope Park Rangers will slot into that 7th seed in Sacramento Republic. Of course, we've seen SPR make it to USL Cup Finals as the 4 seed the last 2 seasons. So maybe Real Monarchs are up to something there, getting the magic number 4 in the Western Conference. But the larger point is anything can happen, and we've seen the top 3 seeds get eliminated early on in the playoffs the last 2 seasons. Doug, is it a case of as long as you're dancing, you've got a chance to be there when the final whistle blows?
Yeah, everybody has a new record now, and it doesn't matter if, you know, top of the league or 8th in the league. You have a new shot at it, and all you got to do now is win a few games on a row and you're in the final. And they're capable of that, that's for sure.
That's what they'll be hoping to do, the Swope Park Rangers. And they got 1 half of soccer to see this one out. Again, a tie gets them in, and a win jumps them up to the 7th seed. This is Swope Park Rangers 2, Los Dos nothing. We'll be back for the first half highlights and stats. Return here watching USL, the last day of the regular season, Kansas City, Kansas. Welcome back to Children's Mercy Park. The Swope Park Rangers with a 2-goal halftime lead over LA2 as they look to book their place in the USL playoffs for the 3rd consecutive season. Let's take a look at how we got there, as it's been a wet, wild day here at Children's Mercy Park. Early chance for Haji Berry that you would have bet your house on him scoring. Just over, but the Rangers were free-flowing in attack for much of that first half. Saw a decent opportunity for those Dos that Eric Dick snuffed out, and here's the opener. Sensational, Kuzeng. Technique, and the power to beat Vom Stieg at his near post there. And then it was route one for the second, Carlton Belmar. So that's impressive strength, isn't it, from Belmar to ward off the defender and double the Rangers' lead.
A real simple goal, but pure strength, pure pace, and a beautiful finish.
Belmar netting his 10th of the season and doubling the lead here. And here's the stats from the first half. 52% possession for the Rangers. What sticks out to you on the numbers?
Well, the possession's 52, that's good, because it didn't start that way off at the early game, and that's why it was an even game early on. Once Swope started getting control of the ball, they've now created those 9 chances and scored a couple of goals. That's the biggest thing for me. The possession has increased with Swope, and when that increases, they play great soccer and they create chances.
78% passing accuracy in that first half for the Rangers. I think Paulo Nagamura might be on his team's case as they lead the league in that particular statistical category, and see if they try and hold on to the ball here in the second half. So they're trying to protect this 2-0 lead. There's a sub at halftime for the visitors as Didi Traore is checking into the game. Gonna take off all the warm clothes and come out into this cold and rainy conditions. Just get a confirmation of who he's replacing, as he's still getting ready here on the near side on the LA2 bench. Getting some of those athletic strips on the thigh. Look at a couple of the brightest prospects in all of USL. Ephra Alvarez, #1 on the list. Saw Juan Kuzeng, his free kick, fantastic. #3 on the list, and there's that confirmation. Miguel Aguilar checking out. So that means Didi Traore, who started the last game in that position, he'll check in, and we're underway here in the second half. Traore immediately on the pitch, and we are immediately back and running. Swope Park Rangers going from left to right, wearing their all blue. And here comes Carlton Belmar, pouncing on a mistake, trying to round the keeper, Vom Stieg, with an absolutely crucial intervention there. That would have been game, set, match.
Yeah, silly man. We've seen quite a few of these little mistakes, and it could be the conditions. He made a bad decision to try and turn, and then he just accidentally hit it with his other foot. And that's a one-hand save. And I don't know how much he knew about that save, but it's crucial.
Well, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by a chance on goal, SPR wearing the all blue, LA2 in the traditional all white with the blue sash. Swope Park Rangers needing just a draw to book their place in the playoffs. And here's onside. He lets it run for Belmar. He just keeps it in play, slots it back. Blackwood, first time attempt goes wide of goal. But the Rangers with a quick start right out of the halftime break.
Yeah, that's a really smart play by Berry, because he was way offside. And I thought he went after the ball originally and then pulled away and let Belmar get it. Else the flag would have gone up straight away. And that's 2 chances within the first minute. Wow. And it's funny, the sub, oh, there could be another chance coming here.
Bilyeu intercepting, sliding it across the 6, and Hilliard Arce at very full stretch, and he is letting his teammates have it on the right-hand side. Belmar was lurking, excuse me, Blackwood was lurking there. And again, the 3rd chance for the Rangers in the opening 2 minutes of the second half. They'll have a corner as well.
Well, it's pouring down with rain, but it's raining chances for Swope Park Rangers right now. They get this 3rd, this is done, I think.
across everyone. Barry might have had a chance at that, but just over his outstretched attempt. Goes all the way out for a throw-in on the near side here. Take another look at this one from Akhmatov. Barry just mistiming his jump there. Los Dos trying to play out of the back and right into the SPR press.
Just a lot of little mistakes, and they're just continuing to make those mistakes, and it's not going to turn out well for them, I don't think.
It's a clever backhill from Belmar. Colton Storm looked like a cross, but winds up testing Von Steeg's judgment.
That was the right idea, he just played it a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. And one point I was going to bring up, but I was afraid to because they kept on getting chances, is Galaxy subbed off probably the brightest player. I thought Aguilar was really good for him first half, and he's the guy coming off.
Certainly grew into it as well. Those last 10 minutes, we saw plenty of him from that left wing back position, and that's where Didi Traore has slotted right in.
Yes, of course, it could have been an injury that we didn't see, but kind of a strange one for me.
Traore, the 19-year-old, getting the ball just now. One-on-one with Belmar. Exchanges a 1-2. That's a decent first-time delivery, so Traore just showing some of his attacking talents there. It's a poor kick out from Eric Dick. And invites some pressure from the Galaxy. Slotting it in behind for Lopez. Tries to beat Dick at the near post, but it's a tough angle for the diminutive Cuban.
Yeah, on Eric Dick's performance today, I don't think you're going to beat him at the near post. You got to pull that towards the far, and at worst you get a goalkeeper save that comes out for a rebound for a tap in at the top of the box, but front post, the most you can get is a corner kick there.
Rangers tried to release Tyler Blackwood down the near-hand side, and it just drifted out of play. So Los Dos again charging forward. Just takes the deflection. Lopez alert to it, comes back, gets onto it, trying to lay it off for Alvarez. Just weren't on the same page there. Elliot Arce under pressure, back now with Von Steeg. Traore trying to get past Belmar, who plays it off. Galaxy player out of bounds for an SPR throw.
I don't think I'd hear myself say this, but good defending there by Belmar. Not that he can't defend, we just don't see him do it that often.
Tracking back from his right wing position there. Here's a foul that Mike Munoz doesn't agree with on the LA bench.
Well, he got all ball. It was a good tackle, but he went flying in, so it looked a little dangerous. So maybe the referee just called more of like a dangerous play there.
Didic trying to go straight through the middle again. Led to that Carlton Belmar goal first half. She created a few chances in the first half for Mayor Didic. He was credited for an assist officially. Kuzain nipping in to touch that one away, and Hernandez was trying to release Barry on the far side, but Hilliard Arce just had the step enough to get there.
Yeah, it was a good effort for the ball, just didn't have enough pace on it, and then the defender again, another turnover, and Swope's back on him again.
Belmar lining up the shot, has a second thought. He'll drag it back. Kuzain now. Upended by Apia. Rangers try to start things quickly. Referee said the ball was rolling, but it's a foul drawn by Kuzain, and maybe he knows what he's doing, just trying to set himself up.
That's a good distance out, though. It would have to be an unbelievable cracker to beat him from here. That's a good distance out.
So a foul on Apia leads to another free kick. And we saw Hernandez take the last one. Kuzain scored the first.
I wonder if they might look at something different here a little bit.
It's
no,
Kuzain
he's
again.
going for it, yeah.
Took a deflection off the wall, out of bounds for a corner kick. Well, when you got things going for you.
Why not, indeed? Yeah, why not?
Doesn't beat the wall this time, Kuzain, but does earn a corner kick for SPR. So they search for a third goal, which really does seem like kill off the game here. Akhmatov to the back post. Smith is there. Well defended by Arellano, but headed back in. Arellano now back out. And Apia with a bit of a fortuitous touch. It works out for him, and now here's a great ball through the middle. It requires a last-ditch lunging effort from Rosenbeck Akhmatov, and he wins the foul. As that was the first half sub. Justin Dillon streaming down the middle of the pitch. And Akhmatov was the last man back for the Rangers.
That was absolutely fantastic defending from a midfielder. I mean, just tremendous. If he doesn't get there, that's through 2-1 game, and it's opened up again. That is just fantastic, tireless work. And you know, somebody asked me, had he done well since he got here? And he's not one of those that's flashy that you're going to go, oh yeah, he scored 4 goals and he's got this. But his work rate is absolutely phenomenal.
Here's a wonderful interchange of passes, and Blackwood is in behind and had a couple of blue shirts in the box. Another really good opportunity for the Rangers.
Yeah, he's really disappointed with himself there, because all he had to do was slot the ball past the centre back here. But he tried to put it as tight as he could, and it was just too close to defender. But yeah, and Berry's in there going, could have been a tap in for me.
It's Hilliard Arce again on the cover. He's had a lot of that work to do here this evening. And another corner as they're starting to pile up. And towards the near post this time. Headed clear by Dillon. And Hernandez knew he was offside. Kind of helped the official make the call there.
It was a good idea to go wide because everybody's down the middle, but he just couldn't get back quick enough to get onside. And like you said, as soon as it was played, he's like, oh yeah, you caught me.
Galaxy trying to escape the pressure. This time Zubak does well. Tight spaces there along the far side. Apia has dropped back, get on the ball. Galaxy able to play it around pressure here. Arellano. Towards Traore. Belmar just getting enough there. Hilliard Arce steps up and intercepts for the Galaxy. It's a poor touch from Dillon, and it's gifted it back to the Rangers. And now Hernandez trying to slide it in behind, and Barry's got the pace. But what a crucial last-ditch tackle by Andre Zonga.
Yeah, it's a great ball. It just didn't maybe have enough pace on it. He didn't want to hit it too hard, so it would run to the keeper, but just didn't have enough pace on it to beat the fullback. Else, I think it was Barry was in there, and there was no catching him there. But good defending too. Good defending, cutting out that pass.
Zonga. Now the Galaxy coming forward into the area and skied over the crossbar. Frank Lopez, the Galaxy's leading scorer, falls to him inside the area. He had a chance to have the deficit here.
Yeah, and I think he had the chance to take a touch too. I mean, he's wide open. He possibly could have taken a tight touch and just slotted that away. But yeah, I would have put my money on him finishing there. Like you say, top goal scorer for them with 13 goals. Maybe wasn't told how much time he had.
Perhaps the best chance of the game for the visitors.
Yeah, and if that goes in, it's 2-1, and there's still 30-odd minutes left this game. It's could make this game interesting if they could steal one. As for Swope, they want to get that third and at least get that big breathing space. So if they did happen to make a mistake, they've still got 2 goals ahead of them.
That's the big point, isn't it? From all these half chances that the Rangers have been missing, just one mistake and only 2 are back in this game.
I guess the good thing for them, LA's got to score 3. Not that you'd want to lose a 2-0 lead and tie 2-2, but 3 goals they've got to score to knock Swope out of the playoffs.
Hawks are starting to grow into the game in the second half. Dillon back with Traore, just got his foot stuck on the ground there as he tried to cross that one in. Akhmatov. Clever little touch from Belmar to escape the challenge of Apia. Couldn't this release the Rangers? Belmar turns back. Storm with a delicate pass along the sideline. Hernandez touches it around Alvarez. Slots it in behind for Barry. He leaves it on the 6, and it's just hooked away. Wonderful build-up play from the Rangers there. And now Belmar, with plenty of time and space, picks out the pass to the far side. Barry can't quite bring it under control on the first attempt. Lovely move inside the area, chips it towards the 6, Hilliard Arce away. First time for Hernandez, tried to just let that go across his body, and Arellano was able to get a touch to it, clear the danger. Schultz driving forward, he finds Dillon. This game's starting to open up here. Traore with acres of space on the near-hand side. For Apia, and calm things down with Alvarez. A lovely weighted pass to the right-hand side. Schultz one-on-one with Bill Yu. And in the end, looked resigned to just trying to hit that off the defender and out for a corner.
Well, that was some beautiful soccer up the other end for Swope Park Rangers, but it just seems like there's 4 or 5 times that they've crossed the ball, and it always seems to be going behind our players to the top of the box. And I don't know if that's normal for Swope Park Rangers, but it seems to happen a lot today when no one's been following up at that top of the box, and there's a wasted corner by Alvarez.
Alvarez onto the top netting. Disappointed with himself after that delivery. Of course, such a highly touted prospect. #1 on the 2020, not the first accolade Ephra Alvarez has received.
And let's not forget the fact he's 16. He doesn't look 16, does he? But, you know, because a lot of the players we've mentioned are like 20 years old, right on the brink or the edge. This kid's only 16.
A long future ahead of him. He hasn't had his most influential afternoon here for Los Dos, Alvarez. See if
with the injury of Achipong too, has also pushed him into a deeper role, which has seen him on the ball more, but obviously he's an offensive threat, maybe used to playing a little higher.
Still half an hour to change things for Los Dos as they try and end their season on a high note. There's a clever pass inside. Blackwood's first touch, not great, but almost caused some problems for Hilliard Arce. An awkward first touch there from Justin Dillon, almost worked for the Galaxy.
Just seems that Swope Park front 3 have far greater pace than the Galaxy's back 3. And it doesn't help the conditions. For a defender, you've got to turn in these wet conditions, and that could be a big factor in it. But several times, Swope Park Rangers have been behind the players and outran them, and it's probably not a good sign for the back 3 of LA Galaxy.
Storm now pushing Belmar forward, who gets to return into the box for Colton Storm. Good strength though, Traore able to recover. as it looked like he was initially beaten by that 1-2 combination on the near side.
That was a good ball in by Belmont. Maybe could have taken a little bit more weight on it, but like you said, excellent defending there by Triori.
Referee wants to make sure this throw is taken from the correct spot. Stay up to date with all of the best from social media around the USL by watching Off the Post with Kelsey Steele every Friday evening on the USL's social media channels. This one drifts all the way back to Justin Baumsteeg. Slide it out right. Well, we talked about some of the results that went the Swope Park Rangers' way yesterday. One that didn't, Portland Timbers 2, getting the win on the road in Phoenix. Get back to that in a second, because here come Los Dos. Dylan trying to make an impact. His pass intercepted, but still with the Galaxy. Lopez on the turn. His shot blocked away, and now Bilyeu will just hook this one clear, but there's some pace back there, and it's Tyler Blackwood who gets the better of Hilliard Arce. 2-on-2 for the Rangers. Blackwood gets his head up, but Belmar on the near side. Sliding it back, and Hernandez takes a touch and is downed in the penalty area. It'll be a PK for the Rangers on a ruthless counterattack.
Yeah, and again, it's the pace. Outran the centre back. The centre back had 5 yards on him, and I think it was Blackwood outran him. Beautiful switch pass, and then a nice ball in the box there. That's a PK, there's no question about it. Tremendous breakaway. Look at this ball, that's a cracker of a ball. And then Belmar picked his head up and picked a great ball into, was it Hernandez? I think he got fouled, and here's a chance to put this game out of the way and into the playoffs for sure.
Haji Berry waits for the whistle. Steps up and buries the penalty. 3-0 to the Swope Park Rangers, and they're dancing their way into the USL playoffs.
Well, thoroughly deserved. You know, 3-0. They just deserved it. They've created a million chances and finally put the third one away. Admittedly, it's a PK, but they deserve to be 3 up. They played very, very well today.
No mistake from the spot there from Haji Berry, and he's got a lot to dance about this season. 17 goals now, which is a club record for a single season. He's got his 33rd appearance, also a club record, and of course, he's got that USL record, 8 straight games with the goal. That was snapped last time out against Sacramento, so just make it 9 in the last 10.
I want to just say he's had a fantastic year. Unbelievable.
The main man for the Rangers all season long, and it's another goal to his impressive tally here this evening. Galaxy trying for a quick riposte. But Schultz couldn't get his cross in. Well defended on the far side. That's a decent ball in from Apia. Eric Dick sees it the whole way and smothers that one.
There's another man that's been fantastic today. He's been called on 4 or 5 times, and he has been top-notch every time. And when you got a goalkeeper like that, it just makes it so much easier for the back four.
As you pointed out, the 2 big saves coming at a crucial point towards the end of that first half to keep that 2-goal lead for the Swope Park Rangers. Eric Dick trying to get his 5th shutout of the season. So it's a massive hill to climb now for Los Dos.
We talked at the start of the game that the biggest thing we're looking for is how that back 3 would be able to handle the front 3 of Swope. Well, guess what? They haven't.
Whack on the knee. Lopez on Juan Cusain. Well, we've been talking about the USL Cup playoffs. The 2018 USL Cup playoffs kick off next week as we begin the road to the 2018 USL Cup, which will air Thursday, November 8th on ESPN2 at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. Stay up to date with matchups, brackets, kickoff times, key storylines, and much more starting tomorrow on USLsoccer.com. Rangers looking for more. Here comes Colton Storm, dribbling through a host of bodies. He lays it off for Hernandez, who blasts over.
Oh dear. Good job, it's 3-0. That was a golden opportunity there, and he thought, I'm going to hammer this, and he did. And I think it's still flying outside the stadium. But great opportunity to make it 4 then, and really, really nice combination play by Swope.
It's a difficult pass attempted by Traore. Didic right on the spot. Storm will let this one slide for Belmar. Close control there. Nicely done by Rosenbeck Akhmatov. As you mentioned, his stuff doesn't really show up in the stat line as it's a quick restart, and Barry was almost in behind.
You need players like that. You know, you got Kuzain, who's tremendous, and Hernandez is tremendous, and then you got just a workhorse that does all the dirty work that nobody notices. And I think he's been fabulous. It was a fantastic pickup by Nagamura.
Well, it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but the crucial point against Reno back in August was really delivered to SPR by an enterprising run by Akhmatov through the center of the pitch. Certainly has made an impact in his short time here in Kansas City. As the Rangers are getting ready to make their first substitution of the game. We're in the 69th minute here in Children's Mercy Park. And Rangers really feeling it right now. What a wonderfully worked attack this is. Belmar, first time cross, and it's Blackwood and over. Well, they'll be kicking themselves, the Swope Park Rangers.
I think we just had the 2 easiest chances of the game, and they're both in the stands. And the 4 goals we scored have been a lot. 3 goals we scored have been a lot harder to finish. But they're just flying all over the place now, and you've got 4, 5, 6 people in attack and chances to score. This could end up being way more than 3 if they finish their chances.
So here's that first substitution, and a good chance to see a really bright young prospect for the Swope Park Rangers. Sebastian Cruz just won Academy Player of the Year at the Sporting KC Pitch Black Awards on Friday. A nice speech thanking all of his teammates, and specifically thanked Carlton Belmar for helping him ease his nerves as he was about to give that speech. So here he is giving the ball right into the game, and his first act is to pass it to Carlton Belmar. It'll be fun to see Sebastian Cruz in his 8th appearance of the season.
Do you know how old the young man is? Is he 18 or?
Really bright young prospect. Sebastian Cruz, 18 years old, out of Fresno, California originally. He's had a fantastic season in the academy and paid dividends for him as he was named Academy Player of the Year. And it's a good chance for him, isn't it, Doug, to get into a game with not a whole lot of pressure and pretty wide open as well.
Oh, absolutely is, yeah. That's a good sub to bring him on and give him some little bit of experience playing against some very, very good players at a very, very good level. But obviously the boy's capable of playing at this level, so yeah, fantastic for him.
This will be the final substitution for the away side. As Emmanuel Apia on his return to Kansas City make his way to the bench, and he is replaced by Jorge Hernandez for the Galaxy. So a good 20-minute run out for the Galaxy youngster. We'll see what his introduction to the game means for Los Dos setup. As the Rangers trying to play this one out of the back. Kuzain comfortable possession in those tight spaces. Smith just standing that one up. And again, Graham Smith wearing the captain's armbands for the Rangers. Billy, you can't quite see that one under his control. Cruz now finds Barry in some space on the far side. Trying to exchange. Quick 1-2 with Tyler Blackwood, but well snuffed out by Los Dos on that occasion. And here's maybe what we thought we'd see some of in the second half, isn't it? Some good ball retention by the home side. Flicked on by Blackwood, and with Haji Berry giving chase, it's just ushered out of play.
Substitution
That will allow for the second Swope substitution, and perhaps a curtain call for Haji Berry, as he had perhaps the best single season in Swope Park Rangers history. And it's going to be tough to have another game at home for the Swope Park Rangers, considering their possible seeding in the playoffs. So one last time for the fans to give a round of applause to a single season goal scoring record. Haji Berry, he added the third here in the second half with this wonderful penalty dispatched. No chance for the keeper. Take a look here at Carlton Belmar's goal. That's the second on the evening. But Haji Berry with his 17th of the season, and again, that is a club record to go with his club record 33 appearances in one season.
And it's just been fantastic, and you know, when they really needed him, which has been the last 6 to 8 games, and he went on that 8-game streak, and it's just been a fantastic season for him.
He's replaced by Wilson Harris.
What he needs to do now is continue that into the playoffs. And with what Swope has up front, if he can do that, and Belmar can do that, and Blackwood can do it, boy, they have a chance.
Good to see Belmar and Berry on the score sheet, and Blackwood has been fantastic. 3 goals and 2 assists in his last 5. So perhaps, as you mentioned, they're getting into form in exact right moment. As I mentioned, Haji Berry replaced by Wilson Harris, 18-year-old from the Sporting Academy, making his 14th appearance on the year. He's got 2 goals to his name. They like this kid. Another California native as well.
Yeah. I wonder what the average age of the Swope team is right now on this field.
It's been among the youngest in the league all year long. And yeah, you're right. They've got quite a few academy products out there. Hernandez, Kuzain, Cruz, now Harris.
If they're not from academy, they're just out of college, so you know what, 22, 23. So this is fantastic to see.
Tyler Blackwood, the old man in the side at the moment.
How old is he?
27.
Oh, really old.
Oh, and here he comes through the middle. Wilson Harris gets onto the loose ball, slots it back for Blackwood. Still alive in the box, and finished home. Felipe Hernandez, and the Rangers on a romp on their way into the playoffs.
I was watching like a game of keep away inside the penalty box. They had about 5 opportunities to score. I said, no, you have a go. No, you have a go. And then finally Hernandez decided to put away. Here's your first chance. Whoops. And then Harris sets him up here. Sets him up again. Wow. Yeah. 4-0, and I think Galaxy are have to work real hard to keep this from being 5 or 6.
Might have vacations on their mind already. The Galaxy. The lead is now 1-4 here at Children's Mercy Park. Tyler Blackwood's taking a sore one here. Maybe just a cramp.
Looks like it's cramp, yeah.
Helpful hand of Ephra Alvarez. And trainer Jake Brownback will take over. There was going to be a sub just before that. Parker Morrow was getting ready to come into the game, but we wonder maybe Condition of Tyler Blackwood could affect that substitution decision. Looks in some pain down there with this cramp. Tyler Blackwood, as mentioned, 3 goals and 2 assists in his last 5 games. Not sure he's going to get an assist for that Felipe Hernandez goal, as his initial shot was blocked. But certainly been a menace here this evening, Tyler Blackwood. His pace has caused a problem for that LA back 3.
Yeah, the 3 Bs, as you mentioned earlier, they're Blackwood, Belmar, Barry. They've just been too much for the Galaxy tonight. So, yeah. And the timing of those 3 Bs, we talked about Barry and Belmar early in the season, but Blackwood, it's just the right timing, just before the playoffs. He's doing well. All of them are doing extremely well, just at the right time.
So it looks like that will affect the substitution. Blackwood just unable to, perhaps Nagamura not wanting to risk him finishing this one out. We should see Brian Rebellon checking in instead of Parker Marr.
Parker Marr's not going to be happy, is he?
He had to get undressed.
Thanks a lot, Tyler.
Not only does he not get in the game now, he had to get undressed and readied from all that warm clothes on the sideline, only for nothing. Yeah, he might have some words for Blackwood in the locker room after. This one takes a touch from Traore and out of play, and there's that 3rd and final substitution we've been talking about. Brian Rebellon checking in his 26th appearance of the season, 17 now off the bench for Rebellon. This has been his traditional role to come in and kind of see games out.
We mentioned this earlier in the season. He started off as a fullback, and second half of the season he's come on as forward, and he's done very, very well. And I don't know if he originally was a forward and turned into a fullback, or whether he was a fullback turned into a forward. But either way, he's done very well when called on, that's for sure.
Certainly that versatility not hindering him in any ways here, as he's making his 27th appearance on the year. That's up there for the team. Good for 3rd on the team, actually. Been a super sub all season long. Well, we've been talking about it throughout the game, because we've been very fortunate to see 4 of the top 5. But who are the young standouts competing in the USL that you need to know now? Check out the 2018 USL 20 under 20. As last week, USLsoccer.com revealed the best players aged 20 and under in the league this season. Like we said, Zubak and Alvarez, top 2 on that list for the Galaxy. Here comes Alvarez, number 1 on that list. He's sizing it up for his wonderful left foot, blocked away though by the Rangers defense. They take the top 2 spots, the Rangers, with 4 players on that list, as Traore's cross is dealt with by Graham Smith.
And I don't want to be biased, but today Kuzain has been number 1. And that's not just because of the result. He's just been very good on the ball. He scored that fantastic free kick. He's just been the better of the 4 today, I think.
Wonderful game. Felipe Hernandez, the other one on that list in the game for the Rangers. Here he is battling for the ball. He's in at number 5, where Kuzain was number 3. There's a foul against Rebellon. So a late chance for the Galaxy. Try and get on the score sheet. Hernandez in the goals, his 3rd of the season. And the 20-year-old named number 5 on that USL 20 under 20. Going over 2,300 minutes on the season. He's played a ton of games in his short professional career after debuting as an 18-year-old.
Maybe we might see something from Alvarez here. I wonder if he's going to whip it in as a cross, or this will probably be a cross, but he's got a beautiful left foot, that's for sure.
Across towards the back post, and just not enough curl on that one to bend it back into the white shirt charging in on goal.
That's a good ball in. You would have hoped that one of the forwards would have been on top of that one and creating an opportunity for goal, but it's just not been happening today for LA, unfortunately for them.
Well, you can see why one of these teams is playing for something here, and one of them really just playing for their jobs, which you can't underestimate at times, but in this particular case, it certainly seems the playoff motivation has helped the Rangers come out on top.
I'll give them the credit. Galaxy came out and went after this game, but I think, like you said, the superiority of Swope has now made it look like a one-sided game. And early on, it was a pretty close game and a competitive game, but yeah, there's definitely one team better than the other right now.
The Swope Park Rangers have been fantastic at home the past 2 seasons, pretty much all 3 seasons of their existence. 9-3-3 this year, trying to go to, they will go to 10 wins unless something absolutely crazy happens in the last 7 minutes plus added time. And this looks like, in all likelihood, it will be the 11th loss on the road for Los Dos this season. So Paulo Nagamura, in his first year, looking to take the team through the playoffs. Hernandez, the lovely weighted pass in behind. Wilson Harris into the box. Harris crashes it in off the back post. 5 goals for the Swope Park Rangers in a 5-star performance as they are cruising now and will very much hope to take this form into the USL playoffs.
Yeah, we just talked about Felipe Hernandez, and that was a beautiful slotted pass for a beautifully timed run by Harris too. And he had nobody with him, but still scoring from that angle, that's a tremendous finish. There's not much open for him. It's about one width of the ball, and he managed to put that width of the ball in the spot that was only available. That's a tremendous finish.
Wonderful goal for Wilson Harris, as you mentioned. Fitting that one in an absolute window. His 3rd goal of the season in just over 550 minutes. It was snatched up by the Rangers in the summer after excelling so well with the academy. Here's a wonderful goal. It will be the consolation, but that is sensational from Jorge Hernandez.
Wow. There's no chance for Smith to get, for Dick to get onto that.
This was seemingly out of nowhere, fighting off the challenge from Kuzain, and that is sensational.
Eric Dick's at full stretch, and there's he didn't even get a finger on it. That is a beautiful goal. Out of nowhere too. Out of nowhere. It's good for him. That's a great finish. Carried the ball 4 or 5 yards with Kuzain on his side, and all of a sudden just hit one when I don't know if anybody, I wasn't expecting it, and I don't think Eric Dick was either, but beautiful goal.
Well, his first goal of the season, Jorge Hernandez, on just his 2nd shot. I think he might be shooting a little more after that one.
I think you might be right.
Eric Dick and the defense for the Rangers will be aggrieved that their clean sheet goes by the wayside, but the only reason for that is Jorge Hernandez on his 6th appearance, all from the bench, the youngster, trying to make a claim for more playing time in the future. Rebellon is onside. Storm into the box for Hernandez. Hesitation move. He'll drag it back now with Belmar. Sizing up the defender. Belmar chips it over to the left-hand side. Well, spoiler alert, if you've got your eyes on the Eastern Conference, like I do, Bethlehem Steel in action right now, just trying to avoid a loss by 4 or more goals to make sure they're in the playoffs, and it looks like they're going to be able to do that. They're up 1-0 on the Tampa Bay Rowdies late on in that game. Here's a ball slipped through behind, but Rebellon was offside. So, game in the East and game in the West on the final day that we're determining the final playoff participant, and looks like both the home sides have taken care of business here. That one was read like a book by Storm, but his first touch lets him down. And Lopez now will try and invite Dillon into the attack. Dillon standing this one up to the far side over Aaron Dick's head, so Bilyeu will just nod it out of play along the far sideline. Another enterprising run, this time by Zonga. He's found Traore. Tackled away by Rebellon. Looking for the pass to the far side, Belmar, and he's intercepted, but now falls to Felipe Hernandez. So Belmar, edge of the area, dances around one. Still Belmar, he's tripped up in the box. Nothing given by the referee. Belmar beside himself. But it's still alive as it's won back by Harris. He goes with the left foot and again. Well, the Rangers just trying to add more and more here in the final stages.
Yeah, some great footwork by Belmar, but I think he just went down a little too easy for the referee, I think. It's a good tight footwork there. Yeah, I think he just lost his pass. I don't think there's a PK there. And then two great efforts by Harris.
Perhaps Belmar there just a little more upset with himself than anything.
Yeah, he did really well to get out because he had three defenders around him, tight footwork, and I think it was just off balance. And he may have got a nudge, but it wasn't enough for a PK.
Ariano over the top. Lopez can't bring that under his control. Graham Smith there to just shepherd that out of play.
Again, they won't be happy that they gave up that goal, but the back four has been, well, back four plus the goalkeeper, back five has been absolutely solid today. Smith and Didic have done very well, and they've created a fantastic partnership for the future for Swope Park Rangers.
We're into the final minute of regulation here. Been told there'll be no added time. Perhaps a rare result where both teams agree with the referees and their timekeeping. As the Galaxy just seeing their season come to a close here on the road. Alvarez. Lovely touch off the chest. Traore. Oh, there's an elastico. Well, he's trying to make the most of it. Traore creating some space, and now for Lopez, edge of the area again, blocked away. Hernandez looking for his second goal of the game. Zonga now for Alvarez, trying to shield off the attempts of Kuzain. And that'll do it. The Swope Park Rangers with a 5-star performance. They're back in the USL Cup playoffs, where they will look to defend their back-to-back Western Conference championships and advance to the USL Cup final. Well, the pressure was on for the Swope Park Rangers, and boy, did they handle it. Pressure's on, but guess who ain't going crack? It's the Swope Park Rangers, has 5 goals at home here on the final day of the regular season. It's by far enough to give them all 3 points in the 7th seed in the USL Cup playoffs. Final score, Swope Park Rangers 5, LA 2, 1. And stick with us, we'll be back for all the highlights and analysis.
He ended it to me the other way. My bad. Thank you guys so much for the year of support, you know, in weather like this and, you know, hot, humid weather. You guys have been phased by that. You guys have been out here cheering us on, and now we're in the playoffs, and hopefully we'll take it to Sacramento and bring back another Western Conference and What's-Up Cup. So just thank you guys so much for the undying support. We couldn't have done it without you. Love you all.
Goalkeeper Eric Dick with a message for the SPR faithful. Lovely to see the SPR team going over to thank the fans after another wonderful regular season. Final score here, 5-1. SPR victors over Los Angeles Galaxy 2. And we'll be right back. Full time at Children's Mercy Park. Patrick Harry, all smiles as the Swope Park Rangers, rampant victors over LA2 by a score of 5-1. The pressure was on in this game, Doug McClagan, and the Rangers came through under that pressure.
Yeah, they came out on the front foot and came to play soccer like they've done all year and just took care of business, and fantastic performance, and they thoroughly deserved to win 5-1.
Here are the final stats in the final game of the regular season. 20 shots for SPR. They got 5 goals. It felt like it could have been a little bit more than that.
Yeah, it certainly could have been more, but they'll take the 5. Absolutely.
Well, that is it for the regular season for the Swope Park Rangers in the USL. It has been a fun one, as we've been really blessed to take this action to you. Some wonderful goals this year, and from a wonderful broadcast crew, producer Jordan Burrell, TV director Dan McCaffrey, the replay op Jason Briley, camera operators John Gerhardt, Keaton McGuire, Paul Stokes, and Nate Younger, A1 Aaron Clark, our B1 Jarek Selig, and graphics Maggie Blair with EIC Brad Zimmerman. For Doug McClagan, I'm Carter Augustine. Thanks for watching all season long. Swope Park Rangers 5-1. They're marching on into the playoffs. Watch the 2018 USL Cup playoffs starting next week.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.